Getting more Google reviews and ranking higher is a lot of work, especially when it comes to asking every single customer for a Google review like a human being would, not a robot, or when it comes to responding to every review on Google so you actually get ranked higher, or most importantly, following back up after the person doesn't click on the Google review link that you sent them over the text message so that they can actually leave one in case they got busy. All of these steps are really effective and aggressive marketing strategies that take forever to do manually. So in this video, I'll show you how to fully automate every single step from start to finish. There's no paid course, there's no upsell. All I ask is that if you use the same software that I use to make all this happen, if you sign up with my link down below, it does support the channel, so I would appreciate it. Nonetheless, let's get started. So I do all of this using one single software called HighLevel. And the good part about this software is that you can just export my snapshot that I give to you when you sign up, and you can plug it right into your account so that you can just start marketing right away and getting more 5-star Google reviews literally as soon as possible. And whatever software the business is already using to keep track of bookings or their point of sale or calendar software they're already using, that stays. We don't have to change anything about that. All we do is we plug that current software into our marketing software so that when someone checks out or they pay and they leave the store, we'll get notified of their name and phone number where we can text them and make a full custom SMS campaign that gets you more Google reviews, responds to them, and does everything that we need to do to make sure that you're ranked at #1 on Google. And so once this is set up one time, you're good to go. You don't have to even lift a single finger. Now, to make this really easy for you, instead of building everything out inside of HighLevel step by step, I give you a full snapshot that I basically did all the work for you. You just have to plug and play and start rolling. And so to get that snapshot and the link to my Discord server and any other benefits that I offer, sign up to HighLevel down below. There's a free 30-day trial, so you literally have a month to land your first client. And make sure that when you do sign up, you don't use any cookie blockers, any ad blockers. Honestly, just turn off all extensions to make sure that it actually works for you. Then you can go ahead and turn it on back after, because what typically happens is that when you sign up and there's a bunch of ad blockers on, it blocks the link from being able to track you to me, and I can't automatically send you the snapshot link. And so just take care of that. And once you get the link either sent to you via text message or to your email from the email ending in mail.iamlucid.com, check your spam folder, it might even end up there, you will get a link to my snapshot. Now press on that link and it will look something just like this. Once you're logged into your HighLevel account, of course, make sure you log in first, then press on that link and you will see this pop up right here. Do you want to import this snapshot into this account? Just press yes, import now. So once you're here and the snapshot has been imported, you'll see basically two views to HighLevel. There's the sub account, which is where you actually go into your client's account and start delivering for them. And then there's the agency view, which is more of like a top-down overview, like bird's eye point of view. You actually just want to make sure that your snapshot is set up by going to account snapshots. Make sure that you have Lucid Snapshot, either V2, V3, wherever we're at in the future. And then you press on a create new account, this little plus button right over here. So press on that. And then you can choose any business. If you're just testing this out for yourself or using your own name as your own business, you can just press on add manually, fill in all of this information over here, and then press on add sub account. Now, once you added your sub account, press over here on the top left to switch into your sub account. So you press this button, then you go to your sub account. So now that we're in the sub account, we're gonna press on automation on the left-hand side. Here you're gonna see a folder called Lucid Workflows. I put countless hours into giving you my own custom workflows so that you can just copy and paste for your own businesses. So press on Lucid Workflow and then go to marketing and press on Google Review Campaign. So in this workflow, it's gonna look a little bit complicated. Like, this is everything that I built out for you that you can copy and start using. When you're looking at this for the first time, this is basically like a puzzle or like a building block of code without actually knowing how to program or code at all. I basically built it all out for you. Don't get overwhelmed. This is actually super simple. Every single step is an action and it just does something simple. So once you kind of look at it like a puzzle, it's really, really easy to understand. First, the client enters the workflow. We'll talk about that later. Don't get overwhelmed. The next step is that we wait until your business is actually open from 9 a.m. to 6:30 for an example. You can change this to whatever you want. All this does is make sure that we're not going to text anybody outside of regular business hours. Skip this, and we're going to go to the first SMS that we send this person. And so what we're going to do is write a custom message that looks something like this. Hi, Alex, or contact first name, which is going to be automatically grabbing from your booking software. It's Lucas from business name. Hope everything went great with your last appointment. Would you be able to help us out by leaving a quick review on our Google page? You can, by the way, I really urge you to customize this to be as personal as humanly possible. Put the actual front desk employee or business owner's name. Make it so that they feel like a human is actually reaching out manually. Say whatever it is, do whatever it is, keep it authentic and genuine. That's the most important part. Then we have a trigger link right over here. So what this trigger link does is it waits and it actually tracks to see if the customer that you're texting actually pressed on the Google review. So to get this set up, right over here, we're going to just press on trigger links and press on Google review link. It's already set up for you there. And I'll show you after how to make sure that this actually goes to your Google review page and not someone else's, for an example. So the next step is to wait for trigger link click, right? And it waits 7 days. You can probably make this more like 10 days based on whatever type of business you're in or whatever your client wants. And then it gives it a slight delay and it texts them again for a follow-up. Hi, Alex, I forgot to check back in, but were you able to leave a review? Make this say anything that sounds not pushy, not aggressive, but just like you're following back up. Hey, maybe you got busy last time. Wanted to see if you're still able to leave us a Google review. Anything similar, customize this for the business themselves. And then it waits 2 days to see if they press the link, and then it puts them into a different tracking stage. These you can look into later. They're called opportunities. It's like a different tab where you can see who responded, who clicked, who didn't, and so on and so forth. But that's all you have to customize for now. You're basically done with this workflow. And then press on back and go to marketing. Now we're going to customize the trigger link, right? So it actually works. Press on trigger links and make sure that this is really important. Make sure you change the link URL to whatever the Google business review link actually is. And so to get the Google review link of a business, you have to just go to the Google business itself. It's what I say, like write a review or share your review link. You just copy that and paste it into here. Press on edit and just paste in here. All you gotta do, so just paste the Google review link into this, press on save, and then you should see the link pop up right in this area. Now what this is gonna actually do is it's gonna make a custom unique link for every single person that it texts so that we're able to track who's actually clicking the link and really leaving us a Google review. We can't tell 100% if they press on it and they leave the review, but we can tell if they press on it, which is pretty much good enough. Also, to make sure that this link looks more authentic and not like a scam, a pro tip is to go over to settings, business profile, and then go to branded domain. Now you're going to add a domain. This is what I typically do. I just type in like url.iamlucid.com, and then you press on add domain. Make sure that it's the domain that the business actually uses. You might have to go to their GoDaddy or Namecheap, wherever domain registrar they use, and add a single, I think is a CNAME record, right? So you press on add record manually, and you basically add a single CNAME record to their DNS. So you press on like CNAME, add this as the host, copy this and add it as the value, and then just press on save, or just put like, any auto TTL it's going to ask you, and just press on save. After about a minute or two, you press on verify records and it should be approved. What this is going to do is it's going to make your trigger link that we just created start with url.iamlucid or whatever business name you're working on, / and like a long custom URL. This way they know that it's not like a scam link. It's not like a random name in the link. It's the actual business because they see the URL is actually there, right? So that will help the open rate of your trigger links drastically. As a pro tip, you go over to opportunities, and when people start to come in, you're going to start seeing something right here in the Google review campaigns. You're going to see names being populated all over here. So you can see who you've texted, who clicked on the link, who you've texted twice, and who avoided the link entirely. And from there, you can keep like a bird's eye view of whoever you're interacting with and seeing how effective your campaigns are right in this view. So now we're going to set an automation that responds to every Google review for us automatically using AI. It's actually super simple. Go over to the settings tab, scroll down to integrations. I typically ask my client to do this for us, but you can do it yourself if they give you the account. And you basically connect your Google account by pressing on connect over into high level. And so Google will now be connected. Make sure that this is the Google account that owns or manages their Google business profile. So once that's connected, you should see a new thing that pops up titled Google Business Profile, where you can press on it and then link their business profile to high level, make sure that all the permissions are given, and you press on save. Now we'll go back to the main page, and then we'll scroll down till we see reputation, press on settings on the top. And now we're going to see a full automation that allows us to automatically respond to Google reviews for us. So you should see your business profile here if it's integrated properly. If it's not, try it again, press this blue button. High Level actually just made this. It's a drip mode. responder, so it's actually so cool. It responds to all of your past Google reviews little by little every single day until they're all completed and they're all responded to. So many of my clients have like a backlog of like 100 to 300 plus Google reviews that they haven't even touched or responded to, and this fully automates, catching up with all that entire process. Then you can scroll down to the Reviews AI agents, and you're going to see this Legacy Reviews AI. High Level does have a different one where they create 5 different AI agents that respond for you. You can play with that if you want to. What I typically do, just to keep it simple, is I use this basic one, or you can press on Create Agent if you want to, and you can choose any of these. But you're basically prompting GPT or any AI to respond to these reviews for you. So press on Edit, and then you're going to see a pre-made instruction right over here. I usually just keep it kind of as is, and I say do not use the words "we are thrilled" or "we are so excited" or "we are so," like basically AI likes to use the same thing over and over again. So try to basically, if you notice that it's repeating a lot of the same things in your review, like what I found a lot is that "we are so thrilled for your 5-star review." Like, tell it to not say thrilled. Tell it to be natural in how it speaks. Tell it to write like a human being. You can also just use AI to make an even stronger prompt for this agent so that it responds like the human would. If you want it to use slang or be funny or do whatever you want, it could do that. So I basically ask it to just not sound like an AI, sound like a human being, make sure that each review is genuine and authentic and sounds like a person actually typed it out by themselves. I usually put professional and grateful as the tone of the agent. And then what I normally do is I don't respond to all reviews. Most times my clients, if there's any 3, 2, or 1-star reviews, they want to take care of it manually, right? And sometimes it's a really sensitive situation. You don't want to have AI taking care of even the negative Google reviews unless you want to do that. But I typically just have it set to 5 or sometimes 4 and above. But typically I just set it to only respond to 5-star Google reviews from Google and or Facebook if you have Facebook linked as well. And then it could be responding in any language that the person leaves it in, so dynamic is fine. And you just press on save. Now, once that's set, every time you get a review, it's going to wait 0, or in my case, I like to put this at 15 minutes. You can make this whatever you'd like. And then it will automatically respond in 15 minutes using this agent for only 5-star Google reviews. That was really easy to set up, really easy UI, no custom code, nothing complicated. Now you'll never have to respond to a 5-star ever again. And Google loves to see that you're responding. They don't care that you use AI. They can probably tell, but they don't care. As long as it looks like you're active, it looks good for them and it looks good for you. That's all they're worried about. You can also manually respond to reviews by pressing on this, and then you'll be seeing the reviews popping up and populating on this page over here. You can also press on a button that says AI reply when you'll see it on your end, and it's going to make a custom AI response to all your past reviews. So your clients can also log into this portal and do it for themselves as well. Really simple if you want to take that route. Now there's basically 2 steps left until we can fully implement this and start using it for our business. First is actually getting the clients into High Level, right? And so we're not going to be able to text them if you don't have their name and phone number. So we have to go over to the contacts tab. And what you could do is, one, you could just export a .csv file. It's like an Excel sheet, for an example. You can export a CSV from their current booking software. No matter what software it is, almost every single booking, point of sale, any customer relation type of software allows you to export a CSV with their first name, last name, and phone number. It's basically all you need, really. And so you export that CSV, and then you press on import right over here, and you press on next. And then you just paste the CSV. So it should look something like this. You're going to see first name, last name, phone, and email. You can choose if anything isn't mapped properly, it doesn't show this green check mark. You just press on the tab here and map it with whatever field it currently is. So if it's their state, their city, you can just press that. And this will now be in the city field of the contact. We typically only really need their first name and phone number. That's what we need as a necessity. So we can say, hey, Alex, and then text them the message for an example. Then you press on next. And you press add imported contacts to a workflow, or actually what's easier, just pressing add tags to imported contact and adding this right here, Google review campaign. Notice how in the first, earlier part of this video, I said that the tag is going to have them be imported into this workflow. You could just do that. We're adding this tag and you press on I confirm and then press start bulk import. You also could just add imported contacts directly into a workflow. Make sure the workflow is actually published and activated, and it should show up over here. And you can press start bulk import, but either way, both are the same exact thing. I typically just use a tag. Now, it's even easier and more automated and actually reduces the churn risk of your client, assuming you or them are not uploading this every day, which does get really boring and tedious every day to just be uploading a CSV file. You can just follow the steps in this clip right over here. Now, to fully automate when leads come in from your client's booking software into High Level, you would basically go to Zapier and get a Zap set up. So there's many ways of doing this. You can either, one, do this yourself every day by downloading a report from their client's booking software and plugging it into High Level, or you can hire a virtual agent on Upwork to do this for you for like $5 an hour, or you can use Zapier, which is a software that basically integrates two softwares together. So new client finishes their booking with this software name, and then it sends it to High Level. And so there's many ways that you can do this, also like API options in High Level too. Whatever makes it as easy as possible for you. And so for some of my clients, if their booking software does support it, I usually use Zapier because it's so simple. And you basically set up a Zap so that it sends this client over to High Level, asks for a Google review, does everything automated for you. It's really, really quick. This is an example of a simple Zap. Basically, it's only 2 steps. Once a job is completed or an invoice is updated in Jobber, which is the software my client uses, then it will send the client's information over to Lead Connector, which also basically means High Level. It's just their gray labeled name. And then it sends that lead to a workflow, and that workflow asks them for a Google review, right? So basically it's automatically just sending clients from one software to another, asking for a review, and basically doing whatever else you want, fully automated. And that's why I like to use Zapier a lot. And so I'll be honest, not every single booking software will have the ability to use Zapier. They won't give you webhooks, which is an option in High Level in the workflows. They won't give you APIs. They won't let you integrate no matter what you do. Everything is closed off in their own software. And so I have, for a couple of clients, had to hire somebody, a VA online, to literally every single day at 5 p.m. download the client list, upload the client list. Basically a human Zapier connection. And so that's the last case scenario. That's a last resort, but sometimes you might have to do that. It's not expensive at all. Or you could just do it by yourself if it doesn't bother you. So it's always a good option. And so the last step is to get a phone number and make sure that it's A2P approved if you're in the USA. If you're outside the USA, this is typically a lot easier to do, like way easier. But in the USA, you have to go to settings, phone system, and you're going to be able to purchase a phone number. It costs like $1.15 per month. You can press on add number over here and press on filter by first part of number. So you could put 313-333 for an example or whatever. Press apply, and it's going to give you a long list of phone numbers that you can just buy and start texting with, but only after that number gets A2P approved. And so you buy this number, and you'll also be able to go to the Trust Center and press start registration. Now, getting A2P approved is a law. It's a thing that you have to do as a business to be able to send business-based text messages or marketing text messages to your clients. And so I have a full video in the cards above to watch if you want to get A2P approved. It's one of those steps that's really annoying, but we just have to all go through it as marketers. It might take you a couple of hours of work to get approved the first time, and it becomes super easy going forward. So you have to get A2P approved. And then after that, you'll be able to go purchase your phone number and start texting and doing everything that you need right away. If you're in other countries like the UK, it's so much easier. It's way easier. And I think in Canada, they're just starting to recently stop the A2P process, if I'm not mistaken. So just make sure that you're following the steps in the video above if you're going to be following the A2P process. And once that's done, you now have a working phone number, customized trigger links, a workflow that texts people for you automatically plugged into your booking software, and it's following up if needed, and it's responding to Google reviews, all fully automated without you lifting a single finger for your clients. Now, once you have all this set up, you can, of course, charge your clients every single month going forward to do this for them and get them more 5-star Google reviews as you just sit back and your system does all the work for you. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.